Lasuita turned a passion for sport into a lifetime of involvement at the grassroots and onto the largest stage in the sporting world. He began his involvement with multi-sport games in the province in the early days of two competitions. He volunteered at the second Canada Winter Games in Saskatoon in 1971, and he attended the second Saskatchewan Games in 1974 as a zone coordinator. He took part in the next 24 Saskatchewan Games in one capacity or another, a streak that remains active. He also represented Saskatchewan at 18 Canada Games and 8 Western Canada Summer Games in 50 years of involvement with amateur sport. All three games competitions have grown and evolved over the years, but their goals remain the same.
And our objective at that time was to try to expose as many young athletes as we could to this multi-sport atmosphere so that if they did want to continue down the road somewhere, they had an opportunity to do that, and this would give them the experience to do it.
In 1988, Lasuita assumed the role of provincial games consultant, first with the province, later with the Saskatchewan Games Council once it was formed. This role allowed him to make an even greater contribution to the games. Outside of his regular work hours, Lasuita volunteered and mentored future generations of the provincial sport community and the community at large. He sees great value in amateur sport for everyone, no matter how far sport takes them.
Even though you're on the field of play and you're going to practices and you're in competitions, there are so many other things that can be brought forward by that individual through organizational skills, through commitment, through listening, through building good relationships with other individuals, from living in the same quarters, and learning those kind of traits, I think not only molds them as an athlete, but I think it molds them as individuals.
Lasuita grew up in Wynyard with a consuming passion for sport. He would coach and play men's college volleyball with the Kelsey Amerks in Saskatoon. He founded and coached volleyball clubs in Humboldt and Regina as part of 30 years of involvement in that sport. He also played and coached senior men's baseball in Humboldt. He served as commissioner and later vice president of Baseball Saskatchewan, where he was also a board member. He has also served on the provincial gymnastics board for 8 years. Lasuita says being as involved as he was in multiple sports was a balancing act. He relied on the cooperation and assistance from a number of people, no one more so than his 4 daughters and his wife Denise.
She put up with many, many years of being by herself and raising children and allowing me the opportunity to be able to move forward and do what I had a passion for and I really believed in. And she was a supporter. I mean, she did everything that was there to raise a family of 4 young ladies and keep them straight and get them to their activities and allow them to expand their skills in sport and still allow me to do it on a full-time basis.
One of Lasuita's proudest moments was when his granddaughter Tamsin represented Saskatchewan in gymnastics in 2007 at the Canada Winter Games, while Lasuita served as chef de mission for Team Saskatchewan. It was the first time a grandfather and granddaughter represented the same province at the same games. Another highlight of Lasuita's storied career was being chosen to serve as administration officer for the Team Canada mission staff at the 2004 Summer Olympic Games in Athens.
Yes, you can't really measure that until you've experienced it, but knowing that you're at the top pinnacle of an amateur sporting event with the best athletes from the province and also from the country, to be on the same stage as them and experience what they're experiencing, it was a thrill of a lifetime.
This year, the Saskatchewan Games Council named 2 new awards and bursaries after Lasuita. He has said that watching young athletes gain experience and advance to higher levels of competition has been rewarding. Installed in the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on September 23, 2023, Lorne Lasuita.